What's up, friends? Welcome to my channel where we're doing music covers, original music, album reviews, song reviews, reactions, tier lists, a little social commentary here and there, whatever the day calls for. If you like what you see here, please subscribe to the channel. If you have content on here, I will subscribe to you as well. I am all about supporting up-and-comers on here. The band we're about to discuss today is a band I've liked since day one. I found out about them back in like 2002, 2003, like on a random CD sampler back when they did those. This is the band Casket. They had, at that time, one full-length album called We Are Gathered Here Today. For its time, it was so cutting edge, a lot of spastic, grindy moments alongside some death metal and some metalcore and some crushing breakdowns. Amazing production for that time, too. Really, really good, thought-provoking lyrics dealing with betrayal. And from what I interpreted, some of it is from women, some of it is from friends. And it had a very, very emotional and moving closer called A Gray AM You Will Never Get to See, which I believe was about the passing of the singer's sister. I could not wait to go out and get that record after I heard In Between the Sheets was the song on the sampler, I believe. It had its one and only music video, this band's only music video. That one kind of threw me for a loop because it had just crushing death metal and grind, and then a really moving, emotional, clean sung passage in the middle with some amazing guitar leads. Just an awesome band to just randomly find out about. And then two of their members ended up joining the band Between the Buried and Me, and with the way they were blowing up at the time, Between the Buried and Me, it didn't surprise me that Casket would end up either disbanding or being on the back burner. But I ended up finding out that they released a second record. I just happened to see it like in the CD store because it came out with like no fanfare really. And it was called A Desperate Man's Diary. And while the vocal approach and the drum production weren't something I dug as much on that release, and I was kind of disappointed that they kind of shed the grind aspect of their sound on that release, it made up for that with some really cool lead guitar passages, a lot more death metal, more metalcore too. Like they were definitely one of the first bands to do kind of like the deathcore thing. I'm not going to waste my time trying to figure out who the first one was, but they were definitely one of the first to merge like death metal and metalcore. Then after that, you know, Between the Buried and Me ended up taking off so much that Casket have been inactive for the last 17 years. So I did not think I would ever be talking about this band or checking out anything they do, but finally, after all this time later, they are back. They're back with a 4-song EP, which I believe is just going to be self-titled. It's coming out in June, I believe. One of those songs is available for us to hear right now. I'm very excited to hear this track. It's called Let Them Go. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it.
Day has come, let it go, get on with this life. Day has come, let it go, get on with this life.
Well, I do believe that that is the most straightforward Glass Casket song I've ever heard, but it was very heavy. The solo was ripping, man. That was probably my favorite part of the song, and I kind of knew there's going to be some kind of shred coming here, knowing the band we're dealing with here and the musicians we're dealing with here. I would say the vocals have very much improved since The Desperate Man's Diary. It was a pretty straightforward metalcore track. Pretty much sounds like it's built for playing live. I'm not sure if that was something they were planning on doing with reforming, or if it's just going to be this EP and then it's going to be a while before we hear from them again. One of the masterminds of this band, Dusty Waring, he has a very signature way of doing squeals. Like, even if nobody told me that that was a new Glass Casket song, I didn't realize just how distinct their sound is until I put that on. Like, I would have been able to tell it was them. And it sounds like they haven't missed a beat here, man. And yeah, that was really heavy and very enjoyable, and I will definitely listen to it again, and I will definitely pick up and review this EP when it comes out. So I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. The drumming was great. It definitely has the production of, you know, the mid 2000s. They didn't really go out of their way to try to embrace a super modern production style, and that's a big part of why it sounds like Glass Casket through and through. So give it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, and we'll be seeing what is more to come. That's all I got to say about this one, guys. Until next time, thanks for watching.